Welcome to Bait Factory TV, and we're going to talk about Method Mix. This Method ground bait here comes in 3 kilo tubs. It's a mighty amount of ground bait that. Now it comes in a variety of flavours. So remember, Bait Factory is all about matching flavours. So whether you've got boilies, pellets, glugs, you know, the lot, it all comes in a flavour match. Now this is bio bloodworm, the infused. So we can fish this with boilies, pop-ups, anything you want. Now I'm going to knock together a Method feeder mix that I know works really well. So these ground baits have a lot of different uses. First of all, it's fairly stiff, so you can use it around a traditional Method frame feeder. You can also catty those balls in over the top to build the bed and build a carpet up. Also, a mix can be used as a spod or a spod cap. Whack a load of particle and pellet in your spod, skim it with a bit of ground bait, and then you don't lose all your bait but your feet, and it all ends up in the swim. So that's handy. Also, you can mix it really sloppy. And what's that good for? Well, if you mix it really sloppy and put it in a spod it out, spod it out, spod it out, you get a real column of bait in the water. Fish a zig rig or pop up in that column, you can catch a stack of fish with it. And finally, just as a traditional feeder mix, just put in your traditional feeders, pellets, maggots, casters, and just cap it either end. So in 1 3 kilo tub, you get a load of options. Right, so we're going to knock together a ground bait mix. Very simple. I'm not going to go to put loads in this tub because we're not really in a fishing situation at the moment. Flick a bit out there. It smells like the infused bio bloodworm stench that's produced so many fish. I'll put a bit in there and we're going to mix it dry first, and then we'll start popping in a bit of water. The key to mixing ground bait, and I must have done a film about this a million times, it is little and often. Add your water little and often, and then eventually you'll get the right mix. Don't rush it and be impatient. It's a tiny bit of water, give it a mix round, and bit by bit you'll create the perfect mix. Of course it will dry out as well, so it'll be wetting up a little bit afterwards. But if you pile at it and try and rush, and put too much in the bowl, you'll end up with the right stodge and you'll be in a pickle. So I've added the water a little at a time, little and often, and eventually, if you whisk it round, you get a nice, consistent mix, no dry bits anywhere, and you hold it together like this and squeeze it, it's really solid. It's a nice, hard mix. So once you've got your nice stiff mix, presumably you've done a nice bucketful for your session, you can add some extras, something for the fish to graze on in addition to the ground bait. And we do all sorts of additional sort of particles. This is like a micro spod mix, but there's pellets in loads of different sizes, there's hemp, and again, remember, they're all flavoured to go with the signature flavour range. So this is actually an Arctic one, which is krill and crab, very, very popular. Now there's stacks of different things in here. There's groats, there's maize, smashed maize, there's hemp, there's Niger seeds, all sorts of real goodies for them to browse on and attack that Method ball. Remember, you can catapult Method balls with this stuff in over the top as well to get the carpet really nailed down. So we mix a few of those up, and then we'll start to build up the Method ball around the frame feeder. Okay, so here's a typical frame feeder, old style. This is an ESP one, Corda do them, but this frame was based on a feeder designed by Emstat from many, many years ago, and it's just an advanced carved version of it. And you just start to build up around the frame the ball, squeezing really tight. Now if you make the ball too big, you're never going to be able to cast it properly, but it's unless you've got a shock leader on or something. But this is that sort of size will do you. Now obviously you'd have your line at this end and your rig at the other. You can tuck your rig in to the ball, so when they attack it they hit the bait, or just have it on a short hook length. I mean, there's no actual science in this, it's just what you feel comfortable with. So then you get your ball of Method ground bait, flavoured bio bloodworm with krill particle inside. And just before you cast that out, I would advise that you skim the surface with water. Now you do this when you catapult all your ground bait balls out as well, just helps them travel without breaking up. But that is rock solid, and the carp will slowly break down and the carp will attack it as well. But packed full of goodness, packed full of flavour, packed full of particles.